Here's your wrestling news for April 10th, 2022, and your headlines for today include WWE's next plans for Cody Rhodes revealed. What do they want to avoid doing with him? I really let myself go. Former WWE superstar opens up about difficult release from WWE last year. Former Universal Champion shows no signs of working with AEW with latest attack on social media. AEW's Hook announced for first match on the independent scene. WWE superstar Alexa Bliss ties the knot with her fiancé in outdoor ceremony. Kimber deletes Twitter account following accusations against her husband Nash Carter led to his WWE release. Huge matches, championship title bout announced for next Friday's WWE Smackdown on Fox, and more. We're kicking off today with WrestleMania 38, where Cody Rhodes returned to WWE in one of the biggest returns the company has ever seen. Cody's match with Seth Rollins just over a week ago is already being considered a Match of the Year candidate, and the two are set to face off at next week's SmackDown taping. It now turns out that their Mania match and subsequent rematch won't be all fancy of the two, as Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men Pro Wrestling podcast reports that WWE has plans to extend this feud. WWE's belief is that while Rhodes will eventually enter the world title picture as teased on Raw, the last thing they want is to push Rhodes too far, too fast, and risk fan backlash. In that same report, Zarian adds that several ideas have been pitched for Ronda Rousey, including a possible tag team with Shayna Baszler. As for Rhodes, his day in the World Championship picture will eventually come, but for now, his storyline with Seth Rollins has only just begun. Last November, WWE released Mia Yim from her contract at the same time that her husband Keith Lee was also cut. While Lee wasted no time in joining AEW, Yim is yet to sign permanently with a new promotion, but returned to the ring to face Athena, formerly Ember Moon, at WrestleCon. Her first match since a December 2020 edition of WWE Main Event, Yim has now opened up about her 16-month hiatus from the ring, as she posted on Instagram, "I needed WrestleCon weekend. This photo plus my match was enough for me to get my stuff together. I really let myself go. The past year I've been going through a professional mental roller coaster. With the last few months, I stopped caring. I ate whatever, worked out sporadically, keeping myself busy with real-life changes. The thought of wrestling gave me more anxiety. I'm already an anxious person as it is. My mindset was not where it needed to be, and it showed on my body." Yim added that she refused to train for her return match as the thought of wrestling again gave her anxiety, and after thinking she wasn't good enough, contemplated canceling the match. Fortunately, that didn't happen, and Yim concluded by saying that seeing the reaction from fans reminded her of why she loves wrestling, and time will tell what the former Reckoning does next after nearly hanging up her boots for good. 2021 also saw the departure of Braun Strowman, which came as a shock to fans given the former Universal Champion's consistent push as part of WWE. Strowman's last match in the company was a pay-per-view triple threat match for the WWE Championship, and he's since gone on to work with Control Your Narrative. At the time of his release, some questioned if Strowman, now Adam Scherr, would sign with AEW, but that's the last thing on the mind of the former Universal Champion. When a fan responded to a botched haircut meme saying that they may punish their child by making them watch a 3-hour Raw, Scherr responded by saying that AEW Dynamite would be a far worse punishment. Interestingly, Scherr did have talks with AEW last year, but no deal was made, and with the Titan now working with Control Your Narrative, Scherr is clearly happy to poke fun at the popular AEW, even if it means costing him a future job with the company. AEW news next, as Hook has proven to be a popular name in the company, but he'll soon be stepping foot in a ring that's not owned by Tony Khan. It's been confirmed that on May 14th, the son of Taz will compete at Creative Pro Wrestling's The Grandest Stage event, which will take place in Melville, New York. The show will mark Hook's first match on the independent scene, as all his matches so far have been for AEW, and the popular star is looking to prove himself on the indies after an impressive AEW run thus far. Back to WWE, as Alexa Bliss hasn't been seen in quite some time, and there's a very good reason for that. Earlier this week, we explained that Bliss has been absent as of late to prepare for her wedding, and the former Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion has tied the knot. Bliss married her fiancé Ryan Cabrera in an outdoor ceremony yesterday at Kempa Villa in Palm Desert, California, and pictures and videos have already been shared online of the joyous occasion. The couple had been engaged for 18 months, and before the wedding, Bliss said that the ceremony would be very non-traditional and, quote, very us. With Bliss now expected to go on her honeymoon, it's hard to say when she'll be back on TV, but we'd like to send our congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Cabrera at this happy time. For a week now, Impact Wrestling star Kimber has made some shocking accusations about her husband Nash Carter, claiming that the now former NXT Tag Team Champion has been physically violent against her. On Twitter, Lee made these claims and posted an image of Carter impersonating Nazi leader Adolf Hitler, which is ultimately what cost him his job in the company. Now fans won't be hearing from Kimber on social media, as she's since deleted her Twitter account. Many fans have accused Lee of waiting until Carter was going to win the tag titles at Stand and Deliver to make these accusations, whilst others have questioned the legitimacy of her claims of violence. But whatever the case may be, there won't be any more tweets from the Impact star, at least for the time being. And we're ending today with news from Smackdown, as plenty has been announced for this week's show. After saying on this week's episode that he'll face the next person who walked through Adam Pearce's door, Sami Zayn's challenge was answered by Drew McIntyre, and the match has been made official for next week. The Intercontinental Championship will be on the line when Ricochet defends against Jinder Mahal, which was confirmed after Mahal demanded the match during last Friday's show. It's been quite a while since Mahal held championship gold in WWE, and with Ricochet's run as champion seeing him lose more often than not, it's entirely possible that fans get to see a new champion on next week's SmackDown. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.